Welcome, Amanda here with Crafting with Amanda. Thanks for stopping by. I am a close to my heart maker, so most of the products and tools that you see are either current or retired from close to my heart. Today I'm featuring an Isabella paper pack, and then this is the Make It From Your Heart Volume 5. I had these photos of our oldest in a parade with the band, and I was just kind of looking for layouts that used 4 photos, so that's what I chose, was from the Make It From Your Heart book. So now what I'm doing is I'm taking 2 of the background sheets from the Isabella paper collection, like I said, and I just followed the cutting guide from Make It From Your Heart. So now what I'm doing is dry fitting. So the first paper I cut had these 3 blue pieces. I think the second paper, it might have been the third paper in the series, had the stripes across the background. And instead of it just being the stripes, I went ahead and used zip strips. One of them is attached actually on the paper. It still remains on there. And the other side, the zip strip was already cut off, so I just reattached it. Like I said, I'm just dry fitting all the different pieces, and you'll notice, or maybe you won't notice, but at the end, or as I continue on this, actually those blue chevron papers, I ended up orienting a different way when I glued everything down, so I apologize for that change. I also realized that I had these strips that I just moved on top too high on the layout, so those get moved down as well. And I ink all the edges with the Bluebird color, and I didn't want to show you all of that, but you can see I did the edges of the outside paper. I did basically every edge on here. So I've glued everything down, and then I'm pulling, I have from the Isabella Scrapbook stamp set and thin cuts, I have all of these images that I did, and what I like to do is just basically take one afternoon or evening when I'm kind of mind dead, I'll call it, and I cut all those out. So I'm taking my swatches of the tri-blend markers and just trying to pull which markers work with the colors in the paper, and that ends up being the true blue, the dull green, and then I grabbed the dark red, and I sped this up a lot, but all I'm doing is I outline and then fill it in, and because the red is a little bright for this paper pack, I take the brown gray marker, the lightest shade on that marker, and I just do the highlighting or deepening of some of the colors around the flowers. So now I go back with the lightest of the red, and again just go over everything again, and it just really gives it some depth and it makes it work better. So we're moving ahead here. I've colored everything in with the true blue and the red and the lemon. And on the lemon, I also use the Shimmer Brush of lemon just to give it a little sparkle. I'm going to audition different pieces in different areas. I did have that photo that flips up, so I need to make sure that I don't cover that corner so that it still functions. I have different leaves that I'll move in and out. And as you'll see, some of the flowers I'm going to attach directly to the base page, and some I use the foam that's left over from the shaker card elements. And I really like that we get the inside of that extra foam. It's kind of like a free gift with being able to make shaker elements. I grabbed my DMC gold thread and I just kind of wrapped it around my fingers, and then I use a glue dot to kind of pinch the ends together. And I'm sorry I'm off screen at the bottom here. My camera setup has been changed too many times. So I'm just kind of pulling the ends so that they match. I wrap the glue dot around it like you can see. I then put it on my piercing tool, and then after I adhere this cluster of flowers in the bottom right corner of the left page, then I will tuck that knot of thread in and kind of spread it out and just have fun with it. But I like using it on the piercing tool because it just allows me to tuck it up under and play with it a little. So I end up, I believe, moving some of these flowers after I get my title cut, because I realized just after I have everything put down that I don't have any title words yet for this. But I needed to have the balance of the 3 blues in the flowers, and then each cluster has the red flower. And with the lemon, the blue with the lemon, the berries that are with that stamp set, I did go over those with the Shimmer Brush just because it's a deeper color than the markers and they stand out better. So I cut this Memorial Day parade with a yellow background, and I'm using kind of the negative as my image, and I'm showing you here that with these little tiny letters, they're not welded together, but I keep them on the mat as I take them away from the Cricut, and using my piercing tool and a piece of washi tape. And this washi tape is well used. I actually put it on the front of my desk and use it several times for layouts, but now all of those letters are together. I need a backing for this negative part of the, I guess it's the yellow title block, I'll call it. And I want to give it some shadowing effect. So I'm just cutting apart the inside pieces from those shaker card elements again, and I'm putting the foam tape on so that it pops it above this white. And this layout, other than the inking of the edges, is what I would call a crisp, clean layout. It doesn't have a lot of distressing stuff. It's just crisp and clean, so I really like that. And here you'll see that I had to move that one red flower to give room for everything, and I just added it to the cluster of flowers there on the right page. And I'm taking that those small letters again, and they're still on the washi tape. I had just actually attached them, hung them up out of the way on my tripod for the camera. And there you see how easy they just laid right down there. I put the white glue on it. You just let it set up for a little bit, and then it works. I'm pulling out the embellishment, the Isabella acrylic shapes, and I just put them on this little dollar store cutting board just so that it's easier to see and work with, and then they're easier to pour back into the bag. And I'm trying to balance the dark blue sapphire color plastic element or acrylic elements along with the white elements on the page. So I am just auditioning different pieces. This is what I've decided I'm going to go with. One of the tips for me is the green lidded Tombow glue stays a little tacky as it dries or when it's dry, and those to me are perfect for adhering down the acrylic elements. So I went ahead and did my journaling off screen, and I absolutely love the Melissa writing pens. They're fun to work with. They kind of make your cursive writing look just that much better. So I really recommend it's a small multi-brush pen set, but I really like it. And here with that flip up photo, I needed something to grab onto it easier, so I'm just adding a tag punch that I have in my drawer. That's not close to my heart. It's something that I've had for a long time, but it just gives you a place to pick up and move that picture. So here's an up close look out at the left page, and now here you can take a glance at the right page as well. Thanks for stopping by. Here's another video for you to look at that you may be interested in. If you haven't subscribed, I would love for you to join my little crafty family, and I hope you have a blessed day. Bye-bye.